What's up, guys? Dallas Gordon here. If you're new here, big, huge welcome to this channel. Today we're talking about a little transparent topic. I want to talk to you guys about the many times I've failed. I'm going to share with you some of my biggest business oops, and even in my personal life, my oopses, and just some encouragement to those of you out there who feel like you failed. I want to give you some hope and encouragement today because I know that it can be rough, especially with being an entrepreneur in today's time. It can be extremely rough and it can also be mentally challenging. I just want to let you know and give you a warm support space to let you know you're not the only one who's failing, that I have done quite a bit of failing too. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about that and some tips for overcoming feelings of failure. So guys, welcome again to this channel. If you don't know me yet, my name's Dallas Gordon. I'm a business coach, marketing expert, and power seller. I own some amazing, thriving businesses, thejournaljunkbox.com, dgjournals.com, as well as my membership coaching group, which is the Purpose-Driven Business Collective. I help entrepreneurs, especially purpose-driven entrepreneurs, to not only create profitable businesses, but also to show up and sell powerfully with joy and ease, which are also super important in your business. So the Purpose-Driven Business Collective is a space where I'm coaching you, I'm helping you, and I'm supporting you. There's also amazing training and resources as well to help you to market and sell with ease as no one other than the most amazing you. So it's a beautiful space. So definitely check it out in the description box if you're looking to move into the next level with me. So failures, big fails. There have been so many, guys. I don't know where to start. So I started failing pretty early on. And what I want to tell you about failure is that if you are failing, you probably aren't trying hard enough, because I feel like failure is your friend. It's something that you should get used to because we all do it and we all have experienced it. And especially when you are aiming to move your business to the next level, you will have some moments that you fail. So as a teenager, I started running businesses very young, failed at all of them. Every last one. I had a clothing business, consignment business when I was younger. And I'm trying to think of the other things I was into too, but I had quite a few businesses as a young person. I think a cleaning business I tried to do with my mom one time. So I was very much of the entrepreneur as a young person, but I failed at every last one of those businesses. It did not work. And there have been other failures that I've had along the way. I got married really young, had a child in that marriage, which he's just amazing and he's a true blessing, but that marriage was a failure. It didn't work. I feel like we got married way too long and there's some other fog going on in the background as well. That was a mess. And I feel like that was a huge, big failure that kind of dragged into my young adult life. It made me feel like a true failure. And there have been a lot of other things, a lot of other guesses and stuff like that I've had in my business that didn't go well. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I started a baking business. I just decided that it wasn't conducive for me after a while. I enjoyed it while I was doing it, but I think that was yet another hobby I had that I tried to turn into a business, which is something that's common of something that I do. When I get good at something, I feel like I then have to sell it, but you don't always have to do that. So I think once I started selling my baking, it started to become more of a chore versus something that I enjoyed. And so I ended up shutting that down and not doing that anymore. So I don't know if that's really a failure, but it definitely wasn't a win because I didn't continue doing that, but it was good while it lasted. I went to hair school when I was young. I was, a young adult mom, divorced, and a single mom at the time. And I thought I've always been good at doing hair. So I went to hair school. I very quickly was a hair school dropout. That wasn't decided that was not going to be for me. So that was another thing that I kind of, failed at and stuff. So I've had my try. I could go on and on and on about the many different things that I've tried that either the season was up for, so I just sort of let it go. I have a subscription box business now, which I'm still riding the waves and learning a lot of things. This is my first ever subscription box business, and I do have mentors and I have taught other people as well, but I'm still very much of a work in progress with that. So there's just been some decisions at times that I have made. They have been oversights on my part that have made me feel like a failure, because sometimes we make mistakes and we think that they're just stupid mistakes. They're just stupid. Like, at this point, I shouldn't be making this mistake. So what do I have to say to you about failure? What I want to say to you is that if you don't try at some things, you don't put your effort out there and see what happens, you will never know. The average entrepreneur fails. The average entrepreneur is not successful. But if you don't try and continue to push yourself forward, you will never ever reach success and know how successful you could have been if you had just kept going. A lot of this stuff, guys, it is trial and error. I know a lot of people really do act like they have it going on and they have it all together. But in the bigger scheme of things, most of us are just really trying to figure things out. And I'm one of those people. So, I think it's my gift to talk to people, to help people, to guide people, but I still fail often. So I think it's best just to have like a healthy relationship with failure. Know that it will happen. And when it does happen, have some pep talks with yourself, talk to people you trust, and allow them to have those pep talks with you as well. Because failure will happen, but pat yourself on the back because it means that you're still in the game, you're still going, you haven't given up on yourself. And at the end of the day, really, if you don't give up on yourself and you keep going, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. So look failure in the face the same way you would look fear in the face and say, listen, I'm not going nowhere. I'm still in the game. I'm still moving forward. I would say also, as long as you are learning from your failures and your failures are building character in you as well, because a lot of failures are not so much failures, they're more like lessons. So you can even like shift your perspective around failing. And instead of failing, you're learning. That's another thing to do as well. As long as you're learning and you're doing better the next time, and you're taking the time to educate yourself around whatever area that you failed, you will get better over time. So that's just my little talk on failure. I guess I didn't share a whole lot of stuff. Like, I would have to really sit down, guys, and write a list of all the fails I've had. It would be boring to sit and listen here to 100 failures I've had and all the times I've failed. And I've failed at a lot of different business ideas. I've tried a lot of things that were fails, but I don't want to bore you with that. But I just want to kind of start off by sharing a few of mine and some tips for how I'm dealing with that, in my business and in my life. So be blessed, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Drop me some comments below. Talk to you soon.